Well,
No more sleeping in bed.
I'm trying to do that.
Trying to go night night.
Man, I'm trying to go.
Trying to go night night.
Trying to slumber.
Little ninja, you trying to go night night?
Man. Have a good night, Kevin.
Your morning drip is brought to you by Off Mic.
Off mic.
Don't ever forget it. Thank you for being here and helping us out.
Mic on the side. Hey, back up, Mike.
Back up, Mike.
I kind of like that one.
You know, it's all good in the hood.
Brought this by Mic 3.
Back up.
Mic 3.
You know, all the microphones usually have like a color on them, like a little tape color.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll be like, "Oh, you get the red mic, the blue mic, the purple mic, so these white mic."
White mic. Off mic, white mic.
There you go.
All right. Welcome to your morning drip. I am your host, Ronan Rock. This is
Your other host, Eweezy. You know what I'm saying? Look like I just woke up. They call me Young Yawn.
Young Yawn.
Yeah, they call
Young
me
Yawn, the sleep guy.
Yeah, it's usually Ian, but today it's Yawn.
What time are we doing this one at?
Man,
It's about the same time as last time.
yeah. You know, it's 11:30 p.m.
So once again, welcome to your morning drip. This is your, local morning show right here on the Numbers.
It's your morning and evening show.
Morning and evening show. This is one of the soft opening episodes that we're testing out all the kinks and doing all that stuff. But it's still good.
Yeah, it's like a wear test sample. You know,
What
it's
is
like that is a shoe that you're just like testing out to make sure it works or not.
Oh, sample size.
It is also
Yeah, I don't know anything
sample
about that because I wear a
That's okay.
size 15 and I don't get those privileges. Because what is it? Sample size is like what? 9,
9 and oftentimes it's 9 and women 7.
Yeah. See, I don't get nothing near that.
Yeah, basketball oftentimes is 13 because people are bigger. So if you sampled basketball shoes on a size 9, then you give it to LeBron. You're like, yeah, it worked perfectly fine. And then LeBron gets it and blows a hole in it in, minutes. You're like, what happened to this shoe? It was probably because LeBron is 6X the size of the person who wears a size 9.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. I have respect for that footwear.
Speaking of NBA players, what's up with the cup?
Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my homegirl, Cinda. She makes some fine ceramics. This one is in 2007. It's an NBA draft with the number 1 pick. The Portland Trailblazers select should have been KD.
Yo, can we really talk about that for a second? Because Greg Oden, old broke knees.
Man. Shout out Sissy Moon. Yeah, Greg Oden is he
The worst thing that ever happened to Portland?
no, not the worst.
No, that's Ted
Not the
Wheeler.
worst.
Wait,
Might not be the worst, but it's high. It's
you
high
know-
in the numbers. Wait, shout out the numbers.
Shout out the numbers.
Shout out numbers. Yeah.
Miss, since we can't call her M-Dog.
Who?
Marissa.
Oh. We can't call her M-Dog?
She doesn't want us to call her M-Dog. It's Miss, and yeah.
Okay.
Right? Is that correct? Off mic, is that correct?
She wants a Missa and she wants a Miss. No M sleazy, no M slice.
Marissa.
Dog.
Why?
Man, the
Why is
Mr.
Off
sound
Mike
like
trying to
Mr.
do his sexy
He
radio
said-
voice?
he
By the
said,
way,
Oh yeah.
That's because I got
you
to clear
do
my
not
throat.
talk like
She said,
that.
no M sleazy.
That's because I need to clear my throat. There we go. That's not.
There.
No.
All right. Thank you you
No
for that.
M-
So I'm not
Dog.
trying to make noise off mic.
Only Miss.
So
She
Or
only
yes,
wants miss.
I do
Or
want to
miss.
relive a perfect Greg Oden story. I
I
don't. I'm
Have a
sorry.
bra-
I got to go back to this because I have so many feelings
ahead.
about this.
I have one too.
Greg Oden in the club is one of the most awkward human beings ever.
Okay.
But my favorite thing, and this might make me get banned from all fun NBA type events. I don't know.
Oh, fun.
But
family fun.
but I was lucky enough to go to a Greg Oden after party.
Okay. How old was he?
I think he was finally of age, or he might have still been. No, I think he was still underage, right? Because when he
Okay.
first came here, he was underage.
Yep.
Still going out to the club.
For like years. Yeah. For like 2 years, I think.
Still going out to the club though.
Yeah, because it looks like LeBron's uncle.
His old uncle.
His uncle. Uncle Greg.
He was 18 going on 45.
Man.
But we went there and there was a supposed legend that the homie had a whole entire bathing suit rack just in case. So it's like, yo, you gotta hit the hot tub and no matter what, we got your size. There's no excuse for you not going. Also, the man loves cranberry vodka.
Make
don't-
a vodka, cranberry vodka.
Shout out to the homie Illa doing
Man.
cranberry vodka
Man.
mixed with champagne.
Man.
Yes,
That-
please go look up that song. Please look
Man.
up that music video. It's amazing.
I was doing 3-6, but
Oh
yeah.
no, see, I keep it local.
You know what? Shout out. We played a lot of local today in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played some Jay Jury,
Okay.
played some Mike Capes,
Okay.
played some Infrared Crypto, you know what I'm saying, on them beats.
Yo,
Actually, I played local music for probably like 4 hours today.
all right.
We gotta
Did
get
you?
them listens up. You know?
I
Them streams,
respect that.
Them screams.
I respect that. I respect that. Did you play any Lifesavers?
No, did not.
Omega Watts?
Nope.
See, this is the only thing. I miss some of our old legends in Portland.
Agreed.
And
But there's a lot of those people who, like, Mike Capes, John Jury, Ahmad or Infrared Crypto. These are people who I know like personally.
yeah.
So when I was thinking of like I'm gonna play some local stuff, I just was like I'm playing the homies, but it's because I know them personally.
did
like
you-
Mike Capes came in and was like, "Yo, y'all slapping my stuff,"
Are you
you know,
are you familiar with Lifesavers?
a little bit.
Okay.
but mainly because my brother and like my brother's friends, which are my friends too.
Mhm.
But yeah, mainly because of them, but not on my own accord.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that's one of the weird things within Portland is that you can be the next generation and not know anything about the previous generation of hip hop in Portland. And it's just like a really weird thing because we don't have the legacy of hip hop is as soon as those rappers stop going out and rapping, those songs die. And I feel like that kind of happened with Amine with Caroline out here, that a certain amount of people, I'm just saying, a certain amount of people were like, yo, we're not going to play this song anymore because like white people are dropping the N-bomb and
Yeah.
it makes us feel uncomfortable. And I was just like,
Okay.
you're going to let white people feeling uncomfortable stop us from supporting, you know,
'Cause
our local
white people
dude.
feeling comfortable, not uncomfortable. White people feeling wild comfortable.
No, sorry. Yeah, I got to say that correct.
Yeah.
White people feeling wild comfortable, making black people feel uncomfortable, making us stop playing it because they messing up.
I mean, I thought that they stopped playing it because the song was just overplayed.
I don't think you can overplay that song.
I think so.
I only say that because I feel like for Portland, it should be the same thing as playing Blow the Whistle. It's a song that should, for our town, like that's the joint that
But-
like if someone comes into town and be like, yo, Portland, I know what's up, and then drop Amine, but also, you know, drop other stuff, but
But he got some other hits though to
He
me.
does.
But first of all, Blow the Whistle is too short talking about how people have copied him for many years. So it's a club banger, but he's actually just talking about what is it? Like if you actually calculate all the numbers, he's actually talking about the amount of years that he's been rapping, and how long he's been doing it before everybody else got there. And yeah, everybody just copies Too Short. That's what Blow the Whistle's about, and it's fire. Blow the Whistle is actually a diss track, and it's great.
Some of the greatest songs are diss tracks.
Yeah.
AKA, I would say, Ether is cool, but it's not really playable out in the club. But
No.
the best diss track to me still Back to Back.
Back to back. Yeah, back to back is pretty great.
Trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers.
Man, and he said, I don't want to talk about this ever again.
Dude, my favorite part about that whole entire thing is him wearing the Free Meek Mill t-shirt.
Bro.
And then actually did sit up here and try to help Meek after he got out.
Man.
Like, you know what? Drake is soft in all the best possible ways. That's how we should handle beef.
Man, Young Charmin.
Is that a Drake nickname?
I don't know.
Can it be?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure.
I need that on a
said
shirt.
That he's Charmin soft, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that there was a period where, going back to local music, where like Carolina just played a lot, and I'm not saying that it's a song that shouldn't be played, but what I am saying that it is a song that is possibly overplayed.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that. Like, if I listen to the rest of the album, I would probably skip it, but I wouldn't skip a lot of the rest of the album, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's certain songs, like, I probably never want to hear Kanye Stronger again. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of songs like that where I'm just like, bro, never play this. You know?
Really?
And at the time when it came on, I was like, ooh, this is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain tracks. I don't think that there is a. I'm trying to think of a Drake track where I'm like, I don't want to hear this ever again.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Hey, we're talking to top 2% Drake listeners on Spotify for 2020.
Just
2019
probably
forever.
Probably forever.
Top 2% on Spotify.
Yes.
Imagine the numbers that you have to. The numbers. imagine the numbers that you have to do to be top 2%.
I'm really surprised by that, to be honest with you.
He said Drizzy
I'm
Drake.
not judging you.
He said
I like
Drizzy
him a
Drake,
lot, too.
but not on the lip read. He said he Roy and Siegfried.
I just wouldn't have guessed that. Just wouldn't.
He said, "You make magic, boy."
So to go back off of Drake back to the Portland.
Back to the Portland.
Back to the Portland.
Yeah. It's a Drake feature ad libs all night.
Wow. So what I would love for Portland to do is, and I don't think we do this enough, especially with. All right, so I'm a DJ first and foremost. Let's get that out. And what I'm trying to say is, a lot of times Portland DJs don't play Portland artists.
Yes,
and
you have stressed this for a long time.
I've stressed this for a long time.
This isn't a new thing. Yeah.
DJs very much dictate the culture of the music in a city. When you sit up here and think of certain cities, you think of certain clubs, and by that way of thinking of certain clubs, you think of certain DJs. And the sound of a city can definitely be made by its DJs, and definitely sit up here and push artists. And I think a lot of times in Portland, we don't shout out our own artists enough. So there's people like, I would say, Dodger. Dodger's not originally from Portland. Dodger did rep Portland. Dodger was a part of Fresh Deluxe, did great stuff. She had a song called Squadron. That song slaps to me. Utterly slaps. And it's a thing that I'm like, this should always be played out. Like, this is like a thing that, like, if you go out of town as a DJ to rep your city, you should play this song.
Okay.
But when I think about the legacy of music in Portland and how it lives on, there's not a lot of, like, the previous generation, whatever that artist is, like, what song is going to carry on past that generation.
And Mike, what you over
Yo,
here
Mike,
doing,
what
bro?
are you doing? First off, you got to hope you turned off your mic. and B, this picks up everything in the room.
Man, Mike over there. Hold up, but while you driving, bro, hey, let me hit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little. Why don't you pull me up a little bit?
Just
of
get
that?
up and bring him.
Yeah.
Give him one.
I'm really sorry about that. I tried to turn my mic off. You don't want me coughing back there. I'll get you some.
Oh wow. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead.
Is your mic even plugged in? What is that? Oh, that's the
old mic cord.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
yeah, just call me out on all my jankiness. But yeah, anyway. So that being said,
let me get one of them lattes. Pull me up a iced latte. But you can just walk over here, boy. I don't care.
You didn't take both cups? You just gonna get his? Cause I roasted you?
Man.
So, but no, all right. So just the thing that I think that for the legacy of Portland music, if people really want the Portland hip hop scene to grow, we have to keep the legacy of our Portland hip hop artists alive. And I think that a lot of times we don't do that. And as a person,
blessed art thou.
As a DJ, I'm gonna sit up here and make sure I keep that torch, and I want other DJs in our community, in our city, to do the same.
I mean, it's the same that they'll do. Like if you go to New York, New York's playing. I mean, it's regional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching a Nas documentary yesterday. They talk about, so many tracks that I've heard from like Nas. Man, you got all the water.
I got all the water.
Like Nas, like KRS-One, all that stuff like that. A lot of those early tracks between a lot of those dudes were just them talking about each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there are tracks that were like, oh, this is a hit, like this is a banger, and it's like, oh man, they're actually just dissing each other. It's fire. But they're still bangers. But that's why Louisiana Bounce and like all that kind of like party music down there, like they all just rep each other. We definitely need to do more of that. I agree with you. If we rep food and rep restaurants and stuff like that, why can't we rep music as well?
I want to find this so bad, and of course, once again, I don't have my stuff set up like it should be. But all right, so there's a song by an artist. You know what? I feel bad because I only know his real name. Dude named Jordan made the song. A PSA. It was about the Portland protests, and it was a diss track. This song is fire. This song is I will straight play this song in the club. It was.
I need to hear it.
Yo, I don't even. I'm hoping that I can sit up here and do this.
I mean, you might be able to just search it.
It's only on SoundCloud, but I'll find it in a second. But yo, this is horrible.
Tired, bro.
Yo, it's 12 o'clock at night. Actually, we'll come back to that. You know what? I'll drop a link in the description of the show, sitting up here showing the song. But speaking of music, how you feeling about that new J. Cole album?
I listened to it a little bit today after I listened to the said local hip hop, and I listened to it because I felt like I was supposed to. And J. Cole to me is often just he's telling me something I need to do, and I'm like, bruh, I already have a lot of things to do.
Wait, what J Cole song telling you what?
I don't know. I don't know. Like he'll be rapping, and I feel the same way about Kendrick. That's controversial to most people, but I feel the same way about a lot of these guys who are like conscious rappers, who are just like.
Are you not a conscious rap fan?
To a degree. But like there's some of it I am, but some of it, I'm a conscious rap fan, but I just don't like to be like, put a finger to the sky. Like I don't like it when people like order me to do things like or when they're like pestering me,
Yeah.
Who's making noise? This is one of your many technologies. When they're like I don't like the delivery of Eminem. I also don't like the delivery of Nicki Minaj.
Yo.
I don't like the delivery of Kendrick, because like Kendrick will hit you with the flowy stuff, and then he'll and I'm just like, why are you doing this, man?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. All right, first off, old Eminem back in the day, great. Current Eminem, white people can have him back. I know when Dave Chappelle did the racial draft, we selected Eminem. You can have him all the way back now. But with that being said,
What? We
Nope.
took Tiger Woods.
Huh?
In the racial draft?
We took Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
They tried to select Eminem and they didn't get him.
Yeah, or
Is that
something
what-
like that because it said goodbye fried rice, hello fried chicken.
Yeah, I think
I was also always wanted to say this for shizzle. Yeah.
But all that to be said, Eminem, nah. Who was the other one you were just speaking about? You talking about Kendrick? Like, what are you even?
I just don't like Kendrick that much.
Kendrick is in the new
He's
era
good.
of hip hop. He's one of the goats.
Sure. Michael Jordan is also one of the GOATs. I like Michael Jordan.
You don't like Michael Jordan?
No, bro. I'm an Allen Iverson fan. I could care less about Michael Jordan.
Oh wow, I didn't. I thought we were gonna be so unified on the show, and
No,
I'm
bro.
realizing that we're not. All right, so I gotta ask some quick questions.
Because I'm an actual. If you know people who are fans of the Celtics of that time, or even the Celtics of now,
Mm-hmm.
the Pistons, even the Magic, or the Jazz, or whatever of that time.
I'm about to cut you off because this is not
Well,
sports
I'm
talk
being-
radio,
no,
and
but
I'm not
saying-
doing it.
But what I'm saying is, if you're a fan of those teams,
Mm-hmm.
you're not a fan of Michael Jordan. You're not a fan of other. You're not a fan of other players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So like, I'm not a fan. I respect Kobe. I'm not a Kobe fan. But I respect Kobe.
But Kobe-
I respect Michael Jordan. But
I
I'm
would
not
say
but I'm not a Jordan fan because I always wanted him to lose and I always wanted to beat him. So I respect.
I'm from Chicago. I don't have any of those feelings whatsoever. I want Jordan to be, the most high forever and always.
And you know what? Like,
And also Tony Kukoc.
whenever
Tony Kukoc
wow.
is the man.
Wow.
I don't care what nobody says. Tony Kukoc
That's like
is
me.
the man.
Tony Kukoc actually is a man, but I was gonna say it's like me saying Matt Geiger's a man, but he's not. And that's actually I apologize.
when
Tony
you
Kukoc for
said that,
a symbol
all
for saying
I
that you-
automatically thought of was MacGyver.
man, well,
Playing
even-
basketball.
and he's even more.
Do you remember
MacGyver
NBA
is more
Jams?
useful.
Do you remember NBA Jams?
NBA
Yeah,
Jam.
all right,
It's like,
so-
you just Fred Myered it. It's just NBA Jam.
Jams.
NBA Jams would be like a mixtape.
I hate you. NBA Jam. Do you remember the character you put in certain letters? You can get certain characters. There's a
Yeah.
character named Air Dog. I just realized Air Dog is basically MacGyver.
Oh,
They look like pretty much
Interesting.
identical.
interesting.
Anyway,
what?
but-
I go ahead.
Yeah.
I mentioned something about Kobe. I see it's in there.
Yeah. So speaking of Kobe, one, I feel like Kobe Bryant is kind of the Darth Vader of the NBA. And what I mean by that, he is the villain for so many people, but they love that villain. It was like back
Yeah.
in the day, if you weren't a Lakers fan, if you weren't from California, Kobe
Or
Bryant
if you
was
weren't
the
Terrence Watson.
Kobe Bryant
New
was a
York.
nail in the coffin that was either going to end your season or you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy to me that within that, he was the villain, but he was the greatest villain for so many different people, especially when it started to be the Heat versus LA.
Or any.
But I'm just saying when Shaq left, it was just like
Uh,
I'm trying to think. It's Lando Calrissian leaving the Empire, sitting up here being like, "Nah, I'm gonna join the rebels, and we got to defeat him." And that, I mean, I think that sometimes
mine too.
I think you
Mike
got it.
was like, I was like, man, mine too. I was like, yeah, man, Lando Calrissian. I thought that was a poet.
No, Lando Calrissian from Star Wars, the
Yeah.
black dude from Star Wars that sits up here and sells out Princess Leia and the crew to Darth Vader and Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
So what? All I'm trying to say is,
I just saw your gears turning. I saw.
He said, I was like, man, I fell asleep for a second.
I hate you.
Hey, listen, I know that we can't be we can't be aligned on everything, or we can't be like we can't know everything.
It's going back to the wash conversation, so it's all good.
The
But
wash, the movie.
no, the wash as our generation is
Oh,
about to be
we are
fully
washed.
washed.
Oh, okay.
But
Laundered. Shout out laundry.
but basically, the whole entire thing with Kobe, I think, is like it's bittersweet because you don't realize how dope someone is when they're the villain until their time has passed, until they're gone. And I think that now a lot of fans of other franchises can put respect on his name because they can sit up here and honor Kobe because it's their villain has finally passed, but now they can sit up here and be like, yo, dude was tight.
But
That was a good battle.
I mean, but that was even how it was in his final. Well, two things on that. That's how it was in his final year when he was essentially on a farewell tour, and all the players were. And this is a different era of basketball, where players are friends, players are business partners, players are they grew up together. They grew up playing together, all that stuff. This is kind of where I'm going back to talking about me not being a fan of other athletes. Is like back then. It's like you always wanted to beat that person.
Yeah.
You never wanted to really be their friend or wanted to, like Michael Jordan, never wanted to spend time with. Like All-Star games, those guys, like if you watch videos from All-Star games, they were picking on each other in locker rooms, But it's because they were like, hey, we're friends today.
Yeah.
And we can go out here and we can, but it was because they also respected each other. They respected each other's abilities. Like I'm afraid of the ocean because I know what the possibilities are in the ocean. Like I have fear for it. But what was it, man? I don't even remember what the other thing was about. Did you see we got to put it in the links, but Kobe actually, one of the last commercials of his basketball, like a professional basketball career, Nike did a commercial of Kobe actually leading an orchestra, singing songs about how they hate him.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was like you would have like he would point and like the spotlight would turn on and it would be like Utah fans, and then spotlight would turn on and it'd be like Miami fans, and like he's just like leading the orchestra, and it was actually like we love to hate you.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
what I'm saying.
we're gonna miss
the Darth Vader of the game.
Yeah, so
you miss Darth Vader when he's gone.
I ain't never seen no Star Wars, but
you ain't seen Star Wars either. First
agree.
It was The Matrix, now it's Star Wars.
But I know the significance of a lot of it.
Yo, what is another?
A lot of kids don't know much about Michael Jordan, but they still know Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time in their eyes because Allen Iverson is. But that a lot of kids don't know. They never seen him play.
Yo, I'm not even getting into this, but Jordan is Thanos. He got the rings. He got the gauntlet. Iverson can't say that. I'm gonna keep it pushing. 2, Kobe Bryant.
He didn't want no rings, bro.
Kobe Bryant had unreleased rap album featuring Black Thought, 50 Cent, and Scarface.
50 Cent.
50 Cent. And it's not Scarface, and others, and it surfaced online. And this is my thing. I have not listened to this. I'm be honest. I'm probably not gonna listen to this, and that's only because Shaq already dissed and murdered Kobe, and I don't want to relive that, especially on a man that is no longer here. I want to listen to it, and to more so
tomorrow in the coffee shop.
Circle it all the way back. Circle it all the way back to Portland artists. Yo, I'm only giving it listening to any NBA player. It's gonna be Lillard, and that's it. I don't want to hear any other NBA
Shumpert
players.
Is nice.
Yo, I don't want to hear any other NBA players try to rap.
Shump is nice.
P.S. We're gonna start doing Freestyle Fridays here on the morning show.
Freestyling.
Yo, Jordan from the shop is gonna sit up here and do it.
Thank you, because that ain't me.
No, not you.
My style ain't free.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's cost.
No. We're gonna sit up here and have different Portland rappers. Once again, us trying to sit up here and do right by our city, right by our hip hop community. We're gonna sit up here and do freestyles and stuff like that. Our main man Jordan's gonna do it, and I gotta say, I want to see Lillard do it.
Yeah, no, for real. Dame, what's up?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Your
we
morning
can Zoom
drip,
call it.
numbers.
We can get you in. You know.
Yeah. 4x Friday. What's up? Bring 4x Friday back for us.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so on that, he had a couple tracks.
He did. He had a song with Destiny's Child.
He had a song with Tyra Banks. What? Oh, bro, you never heard it?
I ain't heard
Oh
that.
man, KLBEILOVEU. Man, it's so fire, bro. What I live for? Basketball, beats and bros. Like, come on, man. It's
No.
premium,
No.
fantastic.
No.
But you know who's the greatest rapper
Who?
out of all the athletes?
Who?
Allen Iverson. I'm trying to tell y'all. What you know about Misunderstood? What you know about Jules? What you know about 40 bars?
All right.
Have you heard it?
No.
Have you heard it? Oh man,
No.
you're gonna listen and you're gonna be like, all right.
No.
But Shaq was an amazing rapper.
Shaq. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he's pretty good for being a basketball player.
Yo, Shaq
I
does
definitely
a lot
have
of.
some Shaq tapes.
You had some Shaq tapes?
Oh yeah, yeah. My '87 Volvo 240.
I'm gonna say the greatest thing that Shaq did
Can we rock?
outside of
up,
basketball was Blue Chips.
The
The movie.
I don't really remember it. I
All
watched it, but I don't really remember.
Oh, at least you saw it.
I did.
It wasn't.
I saw it.
I'm
I'm not a big movie guy though, so you can ask me about so many movies. I've written full book reports on movies that I never even glanced at.
So
I did a comparison about Lord of the Rings, the movies and the books, and never read either of them.
wow, you are a lot.
Shout out dyslexia. Shout out plagiarism.
You're horrible, bruh. So
It's
so
15 years later,
I do want
and the
to.
school's closed.
You supposed to be a role model. You
I am a
supposed
role
to be
model. That's what I tell people: is keep your behinds in school.
You supposed to be
Don't
becoming
be
the
like
mayor.
me. Supposed to be.
You supposed to be Mayor Weezy.
Man, listen, what they gonna do? Go back and look at the transcripts. Go back. I just told you what my transcripts look like, but they look terrible.
But
my policies is tight.
yo, you
Come see me.
you blue collar worker. You so
Vote
bad.
for Weezy.
Vote for Weezy. I can't wait for that shirt. But I have to ask your feelings on this. So, if you had a choice, Cardi B or
No.
Nicki?
No, Cardi B.
Cardi B. Hands down.
Yeah, Nicki gets on my nerves. Cardi B just seems hilarious. She seems like one of the most funny people in the world, and she's just like super straightforward, and she just looks like she's having a good time, but she don't play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Nicki just like, why are you doing that?
But Cardi does that too.
Sure.
Cardi is a
But-
lot. There's a lot of influence there, and I'm not mad at it. Cardi definitely has her own style. Cardi is dope. I'll give her flowers now. I'm not gonna wait till she passes. But that being said, Nicki is a monster. Nicki showed
Probably.
up Jay, Rick, and Kanye on the track.
On Monster?
Are we saying no to this?
Yes.
It's not what they said.
Hey, you know what? Next, sure. But I guess if they didn't, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think
You know what? We're gonna revisit this. I'm gonna go back and listen to Monster because Monster is also one of those songs that I'm fine if it never plays again. But I'm gonna go back and listen to Monster. You know,
Mhm.
I learned this from Connor and Chandler, from the Twin Turns, man. You know,
Yeah.
they'll hit you with a hot take and then they'll go back and they'll listen and they'll come back and they'll be like, hey, listen to it again. And I agree. Nicki did kill it on that one,
Yeah.
or you're still wrong. And I have a feeling I'm about to come back with a "You're Still Wrong," and I'm gonna listen to it as much as I can, unbiased, as much as I can. But
anyways,
yeah.
all that to say, Nicki came out with a new mixtape, and
good for her.
I find it a little bit confusing in the hip hop game right now because why did J. Cole, Nicki Minaj, and the Migos all come out with albums on the same day?
I didn't find the Migos one. I was looking for it because it's supposed to be Culture 3, right?
I believe it's Culture 3.
I don't think it dropped.
We can let me just figure this out real quick.
But what you're saying is you don't know how come.
This is the thing. If it was gonna be another situation where it was Kanye versus 50 Cent and they're gonna be like, hey, who's gonna sit up here and get the hottest record out right now or who's gonna get the most album sales, I get it.
Yeah.
But And I get that touring season is about to open back up. Masks are gonna,
Come off.
come off. Everybody's vaxxed and wax, hitting them streets. And so, artists get to tour. So they're releasing their albums as soon as they possibly can to sit up here and get tour dates.
That makes sense.
That being said, why would you still, all on the same weekend, release like 3 really gonna do well albums? And
like 3 pretty big artists.
Yeah. So I just don't. I just don't. Yeah, I think is it needed? Or is it just a single? Oh, it might just be the single.
It's just a single.
All right. Then you know what? I'm happily wrong.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's just a single. I thought it was the whole thing.
I was looking for some Culture 3. I was like, man, I don't see that.
You know what?
Shout out Universal Music for letting us have a Culture 2 listening party in the coffee shop that was mixed with a latte art throwdown. It was a very busy day.
I'm sad that I missed that.
It was crazy. Mike, were you there?
I was there for that. That was really dope.
Bro, we had like 90 people in the coffee shop.
And that was before it was renovated, right?
Yeah.
So it was the small
No. We had just taken the wall down. But the I see what you're saying. Yeah, we had just taken the wall down, but it was crazy because it was all like the street and like sneaker kids. Huh? I am. Yeah. So Mike, he would tell me, bro, he listening. He got me, bro. It was like all the street and like sneaker kids who want to listen to Migos, and then like all the baristas and coffee people who probably don't listen. A lot of them don't listen to it, and like like street culture community looking at these people who are like usually they don't really go to coffee shops, so they're looking at these people who are really serious about this weird thing called latte art, and they're like, "Yo, how did you do? Like, how you put 5 hearts in one cup that's this big? So usually somebody will be like, "Oh, nice tulip, yeah." And now you have people who are like, "Yo, that's crazy," and like Migos blaring in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about like Made Men and like all that Bad and Bougie and like it's just like yelling in the background, screaming. It was dope.
I had never seen anything like that before.
It was crazy.
Ever. And then that context of it was crazy. I didn't know people have latte art throwdowns.
Yeah.
That's
how baristas make money on the low.
Things are different out here in Portland.
Cash.
Yo.
Yeah, apparently.
With latte art, is there like, how many different items are there in latte art? Like many different like images? Is there a lot? Because I feel like
for free pour, there's quite, it just all depends on what your skill level is. I've seen people pour, really good symmetrical hearts. I've seen people pour, a whole cup full of hearts, and I've seen people pour dragons.
All right, that's what
faces. I've seen them pour. Like
that's what I was trying to get to.
But when you get to like the art of it, and like when you're in competition, the best thing that you can do is be symmetrical and be clear. Okay. So when you start to pour the more technical things, it kind of is not. It's not so good because it's hard to. It becomes you leave a lot up for interpretation for the judge. Okay. To decide, like, yes, the thing might be technical, but, it's almost like abstract art if you're pouring like a swan that goes like a certain direction and, maybe you like swans that have long necks. I don't know. But the judge is like, that is not, unsymmetrically perfect, on whatever, on the left side, or whatever. I don't know. So, anyway, sorry, I just get back to.
No, so within the multiple albums coming out, I also wanted to say, how do you feel about Nicki coming out with another mixtape instead of a full-on album? And they're to once again go back to Portland. Portland doesn't really have a mixtape scene like that. Like, we don't have a lot of mixtapes and stuff that come out in that way. How do you feel? Should Nicki have came out with an album, or just was it right for her to come out with the mixtape first to get the buzz going, the Young Money? Because I was watching their live stream that they were doing, their IG, because Drake jumped on, and they're being all excited, talking about like the new plans and the new albums coming out. So, right move for Nicki to sit up here and do a mixtape?
I mean, I guess I don't really understand what the benefit is when you're at that level to drop a mixtape versus an album.
I
What, like, unless it's I guess if you just want to drop something on the low, secretly, that has a whole bunch of samples in it and you don't want to get them cleared. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean,
is that what you did?
you know what? I'm not exactly sure.
I just don't understand, I guess, what the benefit is, of dropping a mixtape over an album when
Well, all right. Best way to put it.
when you already are big.
Lil Wayne doing the Drought series, rapping on other people's beats, killing them on it.
Yeah.
And then even here and there doing songs that were originals.
Yeah.
You can't get the sample cleared, whatever else. There's not a whole entire album out of this, but you can sit up here and put out this fire content, get your buzz going, and then get all the preparation for the album and the tour to sit up here and be like, bam, now this is my masterpiece. This is the Carter 3. You had all these mixtapes before it. There you go.
If that was her plan.
But this might be Young Money's plan, and I think that
same,
is like
right. Her plan, Young Money's plan.
So right now there's a track. It is Seeing Green, and basically Wayne, Drake, and Nicki on it, and they haven't all been on a track in a minute.
Since what was it? Only.
So I'm just saying.
Only.
We might sit up here and get that Drake album a little bit sooner. It might be the warm up to sit up here and get the looks and the eyes towards Young Money, and they just straight blow out the water. Because can you imagine? Because Drake's been touring by himself and killing it, selling it out, and everything else. But if Young Money can build up that buzz and then go on a world tour together, that might be insane. And especially right now, everyone hungering to go out. Like, we might have Fire Festival Part 2 starring Young Money.
Listen, I just want, what was that one that was supposed to, Lovers and Friends? I want that to happen.
Oh.
That was going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Tribute Night's coming back. Don't worry. I'll be touring. I'll bring you some festivities.
You gonna bring us our own version of Lovers and Friends?
I got something cooking.
Listen, when Only is a good track. That's a track where I'll give Nicki Minaj her props.
All right. So, with that, choices, music, preference, and I guess me and you now would not work within this scenario.
That's
we would never work in this scenario. But basically, they came out with a new app that is matching users based on their music tastes. And now with us, I feel like, I know we're compatible in the sense that we both love Southern hip hop. We both love GP. Are you with me?
Oh yeah,
10 just ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But that being said, how do you feel about that, man?
I think it's kind of cool. I think that there's a lot of people who go to concerts and vibe out or whatever it might be. They do the concerts where they're just like swaying back and forth, and they just look like seaweed.
I've never done that in a concert.
I haven't. Actually, you know what? Incorrect. I did. I went to one time. James Blake came into the coffee shop. Because
you just started doing this in the
coffee shop.
And I don't get that.
And I was like, "Oh man, you James Blake." I could tell because you.
Okay.
And
shout out. Hold on. Shout out Stevie Wonder because that movement reminds me of Stevie.
Oh man,
and his birthday just passed. So
did it?
Happy birthday to Stevie Wonder. Yeah, it was. Well, it's technically 2 days ago now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, shout out to Stevie.
Yeah, James Blake came in and then they actually ended up giving us tickets to go to the show that night.
Oh,
that was one of the first times myself in a concert, aside from being in church. I saw people just sway back and forth. But I'm not gonna lie, I was like,
you know what? I'm gonna take back
serenade.
I'm gonna take back that statement. I did do some seaweed moves at a concert.
Yeah.
Blossom.
Okay.
Blossom fire. You know what? I'm also gonna put a link down below of Blossom's her newest video. Did it with Dustin and our homie Anthony Taylor and why am I gonna forget Chase's name right now? And our homie Chase.
Oh,
But yeah, they just did that. And shout out, they just got a billboard. Sadly enough, they took it down, which I really sucks. But Anthony got a billboard with Apple.
oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
then
He
and
got
Blossom,
two.
and yeah, and two of them with Blossom and with his I think
Whose car is that?
it's his car.
Oh, that car is beautiful.
That car was beautiful and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's
Drop top
really
in the rain.
I think it's very interesting that you could sit up here and all right. So music's super important with me, and I have dated girls in my past that weren't into hip hop as much as me, and but like my girl, the mother of my children, she put me on because I was like an underground kid. And I wasn't really big into Lil Wayne and stuff like that. I was just like, yo, best rapper alive right now, Mos Def and Fonte. Fight me on that. And but really it was Mos Def and Jay-Z. But I put Fonte up there because I was listening to Fonte and Lil Brother nonstop. And my girl got me into Lil Wayne. And well, you know, this is one of the soft
Yeah.
the soft episodes. I'm supposed to be watching my curses.
And
But
and you messed.
I messed up.
You messed with it heavy.
But yes, I messed with it heavy. Got into Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is one of my favorite artists of all time. Definitely in my top 10. And yo, like I could see that working and that being dope. But I also can see, yo, I fell in love with people because they put me on to different music and it changed my way of thinking about those artists. Because like I said, my girl got me into Drake. My girl got me into Wayne. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think that this dating app thing could be cool, but I also think at the same time, people can influence your musical taste, and it just so happens because they're a dope person, you feel their vibe, and you're like, yo, let me give this a chance.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is. It's the same. We do interesting things for love or for lust or whatever, right? So sometimes you're like, yeah, I would love to go to that concert. And you go, and it's like some music that you're not really messing with, but then you go, and you're like, actually, this is kind of dope.
Yeah.
Like, I recently was turned on to some music where I was like, I was told like, oh, nah, this is not your kind of music, and then I was like, well, play some, and it really wasn't what I would seek out, but I was like, it's kind of tight,
Okay.
So it was like some like alternative poppy. I honestly can't remember what the group was called or anything, but I really did think the music was dope, so. I think it's a cool idea. I mean, there's so many dating apps now, like it's a cool idea. Your boy trying to get on Raya. That's a rich people one. I'm trying to get banded up. I don't got no bands though.
You got no
Can
bands?
can I get on there and have it be like proposed like, hey, I'm gonna get money. Like but if you tight with me now,
Yo, I've never been on any dating app.
yeah, it's good. Don't do it.
Yo, the only thing I wonder, because I this is the only wonder in my head, is that since the whole entire aspect of being like, yo, does this person find me attractive or not? Like when you go out and you like hang out with a girl and you don't know if it's a date or not, and you're like, yo, is this a date? Is it not? We just friends, we just kicking it. Like all that's removed. You're like, you're already attracted to me. That step's already out of there. I just need to make you fall for me. Like,
So you're
just
saying
have a good talk game.
So you're saying that's what happens like without the dating app?
No, because of the dating app, you don't have to sit up here and wonder if a person's attracted to you or not. You just gotta have game, and I mean that for girls or guys. I'm not trying to sit up here and say that in any kind of way, but I just think it's super. There's just so many people out there, and it's just like if you got like 30 people in your DMs or whatever it is on these dating apps, and it's like I find this person attracted, this person attracted, this person. Like, how do you weed through all those people to then find the one? I don't know. It just seems like super complicated to me, and I get why people become serial dating app people. What?
You you started playing something about the gun violence, but then it switched to a different story, and I'm actually featured in this. And this is Portland over?
Is Portland? Oh no.
Yeah.
And they show montage.
Yep.
R.I.P.
That's my
montage.
homegirl
Can
Elizabeth.
we?
Like, you can't scrub, bro.
Why can't I scrub?
I don't know. You can't scrub because you a scrub.
You can scrub.
Oh.
Can we get over to? Do you know what part of this?
No.
You're
So
in?
I just got told that I was on the news. That's not me.
None of these.
It was
are
a
you.
black guy though.
Oh,
Look
there
at
he
that
is. All right,
man.
yo. Can we? Let me.
It's kind of funny. You won't be able to hear it probably because it's.
Oh, it's in the thing.
Yeah.
All right. Look at Weezy. Are you
I'm
showing
in
it
the
right
same
now?
Jersey.
In the same jersey, longer hair though.
Longer hair. So
Longer hair.
Clearly a different
There
moment.
he is.
Still looking tired.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at Chris Dixon.
I remember
Look
one
at
day
Lena's
I woke up,
nails.
I know.
Jeez.
Ian, one day I woke up, I saw you on a Vistaprint commercial.
Oh yeah, I was in the Vistaprint commercial.
I had to run it back.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Wait.
Why were you in a Vistaprint commercial?
Random.
Don't worry about it. Listen, I'm out here. Look, next topic. I got paid. $50.
Yo, wow.
All I had to do was put this mask on. I got to keep it. They
Mhm.
took 2 seconds of video and like 3 photos, and then they were like, "All right, we'll send you a gift card in the mail."
Okay.
I'll take
So
$50 for that.
So I kind of talked about this with my homies like last summer about everything with the protests going all crazy and stuff now, and it was starting to become the red hot summer, and that's why we did this whole entire brand thing. We called it Summer of George. It was supposed to shine a light on conversations about like, yo, this is going to become the red hot summer, and turns out I was kind of right, but it's now happening this summer, and all the shootings and everything that are going on right now are super crazy, and this happens just as the FBI I'm trying to remember the right word for it, but huh? But yes, but the city of Portland had so many problems that the FBI was doing an investigation in it, and Portland was supposed to sit up here and fix some of the stuff, and then supposed to submit back to the FBI basically their plans on fixing it, and they didn't, and time went up, and now it's looking like because of all this gun violence and stuff that's been happening, that the FBI is now going to be on the streets of Portland.
That's funny.
You know, because not too long ago, we were talking about the hall monitors program that they were starting up in Portland, the thing that they were doing in Lentz.
Oh yeah,
And so, like, it's crazy that
The
we went that we went from trying to get less cops to respond to things and to get more therapists and more different kinds of programs for de-escalation. And now instead we're going the exact opposite, and we're getting the FBI,
get
like
the full Blicky invaders.
yo. I just I really like.
Do y'all know Blicky means bucket?
Before the show, Mike, off mic, and Weezy over here were going on and on about Blicky, and
I thought Blicky maybe meant like a Blichtenstein or something like that, like the name of the gun. But we also found out Llama is the brand. But yeah,
Llama's a brand of what?
gun. You ever hear somebody say, "Y'all pull up the Llama"?
It's a gun maker.
No,
I
Gun
always
maker.
used to just see a lot.
no, I
It's a
don't.
gun maker. Yeah.
I don't know anything about llamas.
Oh yeah, the Llama.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty nuts that we're going in this direction.
Mm-hmm. Are you surprised?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised in the way that the FBI came back into Portland. I'm not surprised that the FBI came back into Portland.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't think it would be, hey, we dropped the ball on this and we were supposed to fix this.
Thought that they was really gonna do something.
No, man, I'm gonna be honest. I really thought that Trump was gonna win and then they would come back through Trump. I didn't think that Biden would win and that the city would be like, oopsies, we forgot to send in our mail to correspond with whatever. So we're just gonna have the FBI come and take over.
How long you been black?
By processors.
How long you been black, bro? What's it?
I've been black for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've been black our whole lives. When has this ever been like, you know what? We're going to handle this right now.
Dude, I just.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Full blickies, llamas.
I'm just.
Stick. With all of them.
I'm be honest.
That's all they worried about.
I'm really honestly truly invested in seeing what's going to happen with this, in the sense of, one, are the FBI going to be worse than the police in the sense of how they deal with the shootings of unarmed black people? Like, how are they going to deal with that? How are they going to sit up here and deal with the homeless situation? Like, I'm really interested to see what they're going to do different than the Portland police, because I don't think it's going to be much different.
Are they about to be alongside police, or are they going to be instead of police?
Um,
What do you say, Mike?
It's supposed to be instead of. For what I understand, they're supposed to have a whole group of people that are going to be
Wow.
set out.
So they're just about to come in like no knowledge. I guess they have investigated, but because it's part of the name, but you can't investigate everything. You can't know everything. So they're about to just pull up and decide.
The feds.
No prior history, no, like they don't know what's going on in certain neighborhoods or with certain individuals or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be briefed on everything. You can't come in and just. It's like if you had let's say Sony. It's like, you know what? We leadership looking kind of crazy. Let's change everybody.
I mean, that's kind of what they did during the protests, though, when they sent in all this federal police.
Oh, for sure.
And they
I'm not saying
totally
that
went a different way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I'm saying is, this is about to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not gonna like FBI is like, you know what, you guys didn't do your job, so we're gonna do your job for you. Didn't you try that?
Yo, it's
right.
Yeah.
So,
but with the FBI coming in the way that they are, and this is what it is. They talk about defunding the police. That's one of the things, the main things that protesters talk about. And it's directly because the police aren't able to sit up here and handle situations, and we need to have other resources taking on some of the responsibilities that the police have messed up with, that haven't sit up here and directly affected the change that the communities have wanted. So what ends up happening is they didn't defund the police, so those things weren't sit up here funded, and now they're going to blame people saying, hey, we need to defund the police, so you got the FBI. And that's not the case whatsoever. Once again, we didn't have the programs that were going to sit up here and do things to improve the community, to improve neighborhoods. Instead, what we got was cops messing up, cops doing wrong, and then the gun violence got turned up, that the hood got turned up, and what's going to end up happening? We're going to have the feds come in, and it's going to be horrible. Like, this is not going to be good for the black communities of Portland, the feds coming in to deal with these situations.
It's not going to be good for black communities. It's not going to be good for houses communities. It's not going to be good for a lot. Like, I mean, I even wonder what it's going to be like when, there are people who complain or who a lot of people complain, but there are people who actually have honest reasons of why there is a thing taking place, and you would call the police for them to come in and take care of it, right? And you're just saying, like, there is somebody who is trying to harm me, experience a mental health problem, whatever it might be, and now the FBI is about to show up,
Yep.
like I guess, we're looking at it like FBI that we see on TV. They march in like 57 of them, and they take all the boxes out of your house, and they're like looking through the papers and stuff. But is the FBI about to show up and essentially just be police officers?
Yo.
Is that and not in a bad way, like demotion, but like, are they just filling the role? Like, I'm the owner of Deadstock, but when I'm on a shift, I am a barista. You know what I'm saying? So like, so they're the FBI, but when they're filling this job, are they just police officers?
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
From being out at the protest and seeing how the feds reacted to stuff versus how the police reacted to it, yo, this is about to be a mess.
Yeah.
This is about to be a straight up mess.
Yeah. How much more of a mess can we get?
With the feds? Yo, Ted Wheeler was even like, get the feds out of here.
Yeah, Ted Wheeler said get the feds out of here because it wasn't looking right.
These are called the quick drips.
What?
The quick drips.
We have a whole series called Quick Drips. I mean, we can keep doing it, but was it a lie?
What? Oh, you had the YouTube stuff, or not the YouTube, but sorry, the Instagram videos for quick drips. Well,
we'll work on it.
Sorry,
Quick Drips working name.
I'm
ready.
Anyways, the quickie segments. All right, so I know that you aren't as much of a nerd as me because I have my Pokemon cards right over there. But recently, Pokemon cards have been blowing up.
I used to watch Pokemon in the mornings.
Why are you turning your back towards me?
I don't know, man. I'm just enjoying the view of everything you have in this room.
This is so awkward. You know you have a camera on your face, and now it's not on your face.
The camera.
This man is getting so late. Yo, bruh.
I'm so tired.
All right, let's get through this. So, Pokemon cards are being canceled out of stores. They've recently been canceled out of Walmarts and Targets because people have been camping out, doing the lines, doing the crazy things, connecting
people pulling guns on people.
People pulling guns on people
for the Diamond Charizard.
Yo, why hasn't this happened in the sneaker game?
Yes, it has.
So my point, why is this not as big of a deal and they're making all this news and making it
You know
sound
why?
crazy?
This is going to sound terrible. I'm going to go straight to it. It's because the people who are usually doing this in the sneaker game are black.
I would say black and POC. Mostly I would say
black.
Okay.
And so they're like, man, look at people over there doing what they already be doing anyway on another thing. Shoes, but now it's like I don't know who's the one who pulled the gun on whoever in Target. There was a specific instance, but I don't know what they look like or whatever. But this industry of Pokemon card collection, most likely not black people, and so not give me a percentage.
Yo, bro, I got my Pokemon cards.
You
right
got
over
your
there.
Pokemon cards right over there. I'm a great bowler. Give me the percentage of people who are black who be bowling.
Hey, yo, black balls thrown in white pins with red necks. Hey, I'm yo, just keeping it real. Hey, it's why black people shouldn't like hockey.
We're talking about hockey's fire, but
hockey is fire. Hockey is my favorite sport by far.
Hockey's great, but you know what I'm saying? Like, tell me the percentage of. Also, it's a recent thing, right? Like, people are just now going bananas over Pokemon cards. So
people always been bananas over Pokemon cards. It's now become social media cool about
but to this level.
All right.
Well, I'm curious.
To this level, this is a new level, but it's because it's celebrities that are sitting up here blowing up. Jake Paul and all those kind of people.
And there's a lot of money in it.
There is, but it's the rarity game right now.
For sure.
And it's also crazy to me because I'm like, yo, people aren't getting shot over Xboxes? Because people were getting robbed and UPS trucks were sitting up here and they're not stopped selling Xboxes.
During the holidays.
I'm guessing it's because of the price point of the cards. Because they're only sitting up here, these packets are only $20,
A pack is $20?
No, like 3 packs of cards are like $20, or if you get certain boxes, they're like $50. But it's not like a crazy amount of money, and they're already limited. So the amount of money that they're losing out on isn't as much as if they would stop, say, hey, we're not gonna sell Xboxes anymore, or if Foot Locker's like, hey, we aren't gonna sell Jordans anymore because the wait and anticipation for it, people are getting shot outside.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason that they make a lot of changes in like raffles, launch lines. Jordans used to release during the weekday, and then they moved it to the weekend because kids were skipping school, like all that kind of stuff. Like there has been these type of things that have happened in like sneaker and like collector culture, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, all of this, we were talking about a little bit before the show. A lot of this, I think, has to do with the fact that people just miss tangible things right now. And this is such an interesting time because retail was really dead.
Yeah,
and now retail has the opportunity to
Boom.
It's a boom.
But I
know?
think that on top of that is that we are a generation that our golden years or whatever, our youth years, that all that stuff is now becoming popular again because it's being shared through social media in the sense of like, hey, I'm really into this. I'm going to make a whole entire show about this. I'm going to share this. Oh, wow, all these other people are into it. Wow, my kids got into it because they watched me get into this thing, and this is a thing that we all bond over. I think it's even the same thing. And it's like in the sense of like people getting into cosplay or anything else. It became way bigger because of social media, and certain people doing it makes everyone else want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and also just the people who were originally doing it. You know, when Pokemon was on, you know, back in the day, it really wasn't that long ago, but when Pokemon was on at first, you know, we were younger and we were like, man, you know, saving up lunch money, cutting grass and, you know, all that kind of stuff to get that thing, right? But now we have full careers, you know, we have disposable incomes. And so the things that we
You have a disposable income. I got kids, bro. I ain't got no disposable income. As soon as I said that, but see, these are investments.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now it's an investment.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Definitely
It's an investment, and it's an expression of the thing of what you like, what you're, you know, and it really is just like telling the story.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with sneakers. Same thing with music. All of this that's why the dating app would work, because it is an expression of you.
Yeah.
Like all of this is an expression. So now you just have money to go out and buy and carry and invest in. Yeah. Whatever it might be.
Hey, yo, man, I just sold Ninja Turtles for $90. Got them for 30.
I'm not mad.
Hey, but all right. So that to be said, I'm gonna wrap it up on this last one. So recently, judge delays the trial for the cops charged with the death of George Floyd. Also recently, I don't like to say the dude's name, but the officer that killed George Floyd, got convicted. Breonna Taylor, you know, those cops still have not been convicted. Yo, man, just what are your thoughts about it right now? I mean, we're also coming up to the anniversary of his death. I believe it's next weekend or the weekend after that.
It's pretty soon.
Yeah.
What are my thoughts on it? Well, not surprised that the trial got moved back. Not surprised that they're trying to retry it based off of that one juror who was seen in a photo of like the Black Lives Matter with a Black Lives Matter T-shirt on. Not surprised that Breonna Taylor's killers have not been picked up.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I'm just not surprised. I mean, that I did a news segment the other day, and they asked me, you know, aren't you mad that the protesters or that the, you know, and of course I was clear there was difference between protesters and people who are just like rioting and looting and messing up stuff, right? But they said, like, aren't you mad that the protesters are ruining business for you? And that they're ruining the city so that, you know, consumers don't feel comfortable coming down here.
They're just trying to get a black person to sit up here and say that.
And
that's a bunch of mess.
And I said, yes, I guess I am mad at the people who go around, bust windows, and make people feel unsafe. Mm-hmm. I'm also mad that police keep killing black people. So hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? like what one you want me to do? You know, like I could be mad about a lot of things, but
you were talking about this earlier with Mike when you were talking about you're out on some property. And,
yeah.
And so the dude was saying to you, yo,
about me being a militant. Yeah, he was like, I had a nice conversation with an older white guy who lives on a large piece of land by himself. And we just, you know, I went out there to go check the property out, in order to, like, I want to do an event out there. I was looking for a space to do an event. You know, he would welcome me into his space, and we, you know, sometimes it's kind of weird because during all this COVID stuff, you know, you're still a business person. You still have to think about relationships and stuff like that. And everybody was like, oh, finally, thanks to COVID, no, I'll never shake another hand. You know, but you get into some moments and you're like, I have to shake this person's hand.
Yeah.
out of respect. Like, this is how this person says respect, or this is how this person, and shaking another person's hand, especially like man to man. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter whether you're a man or not, but shaking another man's hand when you're about to talk about business is the entry of, of what's about to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing that happened was, this land, he had like a gazebo that overlooked like a lake.
Yeah.
And he just pulled up a chair and he was like, sit down. And we just sat and talked, and I thought it was going to be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, ended up being 4 hours.
Wow.
And we talked about everything. We talked about life. We talked about business. We talked about real estate.
Talked about you being a black militant.
Talk about and honestly, we started to get to some really honest, brutal, heavy conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't arguing. We were just we're like, man, I just want to understand.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to understand what it's like in your life, and I'm like, I want to know what it's like. What you thinking?
Yeah.
And your experiences, and at the end of it, he was like, I don't mess with Trump. I think he's crazy. Blah 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 blah. He's like, there's a reason why I live on these acres by myself, But he's like behind 2 gates,
Mm-hmm.
But he also was like, he's like, I'm not like a militia person. I'm not like a crazy rioter. He's like, but if I was black, I understand why black people would be militant. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I understand. He's like, I don't know how you're not in a militia or like trying to collect everybody and just start your own government and just take over. It's like, because the way that he said but the way that white people have treated black people in this country, and the way that dark skinned people are treated in the world, like, why wouldn't you be mad?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, get your guns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Essentially, is what he was saying. He was like,
what is that saying? If you're black and you're not crazy, that's crazy.
yeah, yep.
Like, yeah, I think it's a thing that's like, yo,
I think Mike fell asleep a little bit.
Well,
I fell asleep at one point, but it was before the video, so y'all ain't see it. I was like this,
oh.
and a little drool.
But anyways, that yeah, man.
I'm gonna go home to my apartment by myself.
Wow.
And fall all the way asleep.
All right. Well, that is another episode of Your Morning Drip.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for listening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you next time. I'm Ronan Rock.
Your boy Weezy.
Shout out to Off Mic.
Off mic. Man, we gonna get. I don't know about off mic.
I love Off Mic. It's off mic.
all this out.
No, so it's off mic.
We're gonna
It's
walk
off mic.
through it.
It's not. It's
We're gonna
not.
work
It's,
through
it's figured. It's figured. It's off mic.
It's figured.
It's figured. It's off mic. You You get to have the coffee shop and get to shut down all my horrible ideas. This is where my horrible ideas live. Off mic. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Oh, and before I forget, like, subscribe, whatever.
Smash that like button, bro.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bing, 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 bing.
All right. Peace. Is it still recording?